What's up everyone, welcome to Infomesser. My name is Sharif. Welcome to my first SQL video in my full SQL series where I'll take you from beginner to intermediate all the way to advanced. And we're starting exactly where you should start, the basics. In this video, I'm going to show you how to install MySQL on your MacBook, load in your first dataset, and then create your own dataset. Here's a fun fact. SQL has been one of the most in-demand data skills for years because nearly every single company stores their information in a database. All right, that's enough talking. If you stick with me, this will absolutely pay off. Let's jump right in. All right, everyone, let's get started. So the first thing you're gonna wanna do is go to mysql.com. That's mysql.com. And then you're gonna wanna go to downloads. Once you're in downloads, scroll all the way down until you see this, MySQL Community GPL Downloads. Click that, and then we're going to want to download MySQL Workbench. Click this right over here, and then you're going to be navigated to a page where you have two download options. And this is going to look different if you have a Windows laptop or desktop, but for me, I'm going to want to download this right here, and that's because I have an Apple chip in my MacBook. And if you have an Intel chip, you're going to want to download the second option. And to find that out, you're going to click that Apple icon on the top left corner, and over here I'm going to click About This Mac. And then you see over here you have an Apple well, for me in my case, I have an Apple M4. So since my chip is an Apple, I'm going to download this one over here. So you click download, and it's going to ask you if you have a Oracle account or if you want to sign up. Just ignore this. If you don't have one, don't waste your time making one. Just press no thanks. Just start my download. And then once you do that, it's going to start downloading over here. And this only should take a few seconds. So once it finishes downloading, you're going to come to this page over here. And all you got to do is drag this to applications, and then just like that, it should start downloading. All right, now we're gonna wait for it to finish installing. It's almost done. There we go. All right, it's all done installing. All right, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go to my Launchpad and then look for MySQL Workbench. There we go, right over here. And now it is installing. I want to open this. And here we go, right over here, simple as that. So I already created a root, and what it's going to ask you to do, it's going to ask you to create a password, the name of your connection. So since I've already done that, I'm just going to enter my password. And there we go. All right, everyone, so before we get started on anything, I just want to kind of get you familiar with MySQL Workbench, just so you know what to press while we do this series, and so you understand what I'm clicking on. So on the left-hand side, you have schemas, and schemas is where your databases are going to be. So over here, I've already named this database, healthcare_data_demo. You can create a database if you want, and over here, when I press on it, this table over here is a table that I loaded in from Kaggle.com. And Kaggle.com is a great website for downloading free datasets. And these datasets contain a lot of data that you can play around with, mess around with. And what you're about to see when I load in this data, when I show you a preview of it, it's not real data. Anyway, just to go down over here, when you click on the table, you can see columns, and these are all the columns that are in your dataset. And you could see the data type, whether it's a text, integer, double, and then over here in this section, this is where you're gonna write your SQL queries. So I've already gone ahead and written one SQL query, and this query I like to use when I want to preview the dataset. And I always try to preview the dataset before working on it. And I highly recommend doing that every time you work in SQL. So this is a type of query that you're always going to see no matter what SQL database you're using, whether it's Oracle, SQLite, Postgres, MySQL, which in this case we're working with. So when you type in select star, you're going to get a result showcasing all your columns and rows in your dataset. In this, select star from This is the table name, and you're always going to use that. Your table name when you want to get a preview of your table. So when I click this and the lightning bolt over here, it's going to show a preview of that data. And here we go, right over here. This is the data set, and it's a large data set too. There's 55,500 rows in this. And just a little tip going ahead, and you don't have to highlight this whole thing, but I like to do it. So when you have a lot of queries, you're going to want to highlight certain portions of it. If I didn't highlight it and I pressed lightning bolt, everything would run in this box over here. Luckily, we only have one query so far, so I don't even have to highlight that, and it's still going to return the same result. But anyway, this is all fake data, and this is going to be the data we'll be using throughout this series, along with other tables that I'll load in. And now I'm going to show you how you can use Kaggle to download your data sets and then load them into MySQL Workbench. So now you're going to want to come to this website, kaggle.com/datasets. And when you get over here, there's a bunch of data sets, and you're probably like, what do I even choose? Well, make this easy on yourself and choose something that you think you would like working with. So there's topics on every single thing that you can think of. And over here, I would just pick something that has good usability and something that is a big data set too. So when I say big, I'm talking about over 1,000 rows. Something that you can play around with and use SQL queries on. So I'm going to type in something that I'm really interested in, and that's basketball. Misspelled it right there. All right, basketball over here, and I'm just going to look around and find a data set. This one looks interesting. Good usability. I'm going to click this. And by the way, LeBron James is better all time than Michael Jordan. I'd be happy to debate you on that, but I strongly believe that. Anyway, not to get off topic, but all you're going to do, you're going to press download dataset as zip file, and then you can click on that over here. Once that's done downloading, you're going to find it in your documents folder, and then over here you're going to see that there is going to be a CSV file. That's the file that you want to load into MySQL. So let's head on over to MySQL. So now that you're in MySQL Workbench, let's load this data set that we just downloaded from Kaggle. So you're going to go on this section over here, the schema section, right click this, and then create schema. We're just going to call this basketball since I loaded a basketball data set. I'm going to click apply all the way at the bottom right here, and then apply this, close it, and then I'm going to press that drop down arrow, click on tables, right click that, and then table data import wizard is what you're going to want to click. And then I've already put in the file path for where my CSV file is in. I'm going to go to next and then create new table. This table is going to be this name right here is going to be the name of your table. And this is fine. NBA players draft. You could change it however you want. Go to next, next, and then next again. 58 records imported. Finish. All right. And then you're going to click refresh right here. Now we have our table loaded in and we can mess around with it. So let's click on this, preview the columns a little bit. We have a lot of records, plenty to work with. So now what I'm going to do is right click this and then set as default schema. Otherwise, if I write a query, it's going to think that I'm still on this data set. Make sure that you're connected to this over here. Set as default schema. And so now we are connected, and let's write our first query on this. Select star from NBA players draft, and this is the name of our table. Hit that lightning bolt, and there we go. That's a preview of our data set that we loaded in. Perfect, just like that. Alright, so now I want to show you something that a lot of people don't realize at first. you don't always need to download a sample database to practice SQL. You can literally just build it on your own from scratch with a few commands. So this is a SQL script of The Office, the TV show, and who doesn't love The Office? This SQL script is on my GitHub page, so you can download the same script from my own GitHub, and I'll put the link of it below in the description. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy the whole thing, and then I'm gonna bring it over to MySQL. There we go, paste it in. So before I do any query or run the script, I wanna first explain the code. First, we create the database and then we tell MySQL to use it. We start off with drop database if it exists. And that just keeps things clean, so if you run the script again, you don't get any errors. And then we create the database and use, which switches us into that database. Then after that, we create our tables. So in this Office themed example, we made 3 tables. The first one is employee demographics. And this is just a basic profile info like employee ID, name, age, gender, and birth date. The key part here is the primary key on employee ID. And that just means every employee ID must be unique, and we can use it like an identifier so that we can connect data across tables later. And then the second table over here is employee salary. This table is job info like occupation, salary, and department ID. Notice how department ID is what links an employee to a department. And then also notice some department ID values right over here can be null. And that is intentional because sometimes you might not know the department yet, or it might not apply, and SQL lets you represent that. Okay, let's move on to the third table. So the third table is going to be office departments. And in this table over here, it's just a simple list of departments like sales, accounting, HR, and warehouse. And it uses auto increment ID, which is a super common pattern because MySQL can generate the department ID for us automatically. And then we insert data into each table. Inserts are just how you load sample rows so you can actually have something to query. And without inserts, the structure exists, but it's empty. So you need to have inserts. Real quick, I want to give you a few quick tips that'll save you a lot of headaches. Always run your script in order. Database first, then tables, and then inserts. Keep your naming consistent. If you use employee ID in one table, use employee ID everywhere. And then primary keys, use those early. It really prevents duplicates and makes joins way easier later. And then when you see a null value, that means missing or not applicable, not 0. People often think null means 0. That's not what it means. Now let's run this query. Since I'm trying to run the whole script, I don't have to highlight anything. I can just press that bolt button right here. And just like that, it ran. Now I'm just going to hit refresh. And there you go, right over here. That is the table, or those are the tables right over here, the 3 that we made. And let's just double check to see if all columns came in, and they sure did. Okay, awesome. And that's really about it for this video. You now know how to install MySQL, load in a database from Kaggle, manually create a database, build tables, and then load data using pure SQL. In the next video, we're going to start querying data, and then we'll start answering real questions with SQL. Thank you for tuning in to Infomesser. My name is Sharif, and I hope to see you in the next video.